All right, let's do this. Let's talk about Character Animator. This is a great program if you use Adobe. Let's flip here. If you use Adobe software, then this become and you pay for the yearly version of the Adobe software. This becomes a part of the software that you get. So you get Photoshop, you get your Premiere Pro, you get your Illustrator, and you get Character Animator. And I've been on Character Animator ever since it was a beta. Back in 2016, it came out, and then I got Bell's palsy on this side, and I thought to myself, well, maybe I need to start doing animations and use it that way. And so I started playing with it, but then I just ran out of time, and then this side got better, and I was like, okay, I'm back to my videos. Of course, Bell's palsy affected me last month on this side of my face. It's a lot better now, but I still feel it, and so I wanted to come back into Character Animator and check it out because it's being used for so many different things. Like, for instance, did you know that Character Animator is being used on episodes of The Simpsons and a lot of the new animation shows out there? It's just amazing what you can do with it. You set up a scene, and then you run through the scene, and you have your voice actors there, and they set up their faces on the camera, and it can even do facial turns and things like that. It's going to be a little bit choppier here, the way I have it set up, as opposed to how you probably see it on an episode of The Simpsons. But if you've also watched Stephen Colbert's Late Show with Stephen Colbert, that's what it is, then you've seen this as well, as they've taken the fake President Trump and they've animated it in the scene. And the funny thing about this is they did that when Character Animator was still in beta. And they were like, no, this is awesome. And I agree, it is awesome because not only can I animate a character, I can also put my own look and feel to it. As you can see, look at this. There I am. I even have, look at this, I even have my Geekazine shirt right here. There's my Geekazine shirt. And my bald head, my goatee. I don't even have gray in my goatee. And even my background back there. Look at that background. And I can blur it out a little bit so, you know, it kind of looks a little depth perception there. But as you can see, I'm talking, my mouth's moving, I'm moving my eyes, and my eyes are moving. I can set it up so it can blink, but I do have the buttons to make it blink or widen my eyes. And I know my glasses are affecting the way the eyes are going, but if I take my glasses off, then I can't see, and that's not good. So I got to put those back on. So you're seeing that happen, and then of course I can wink at you. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. So, all right. So how did I do this? How is Character Animator going? Well, let's go over to the PTZ camera. Here's how I have it set up on my computer. Character Animator right here. I've got my character right there, and then I have the different characters, what they call puppets, on the left side, and you can actually load up different puppets. So I could flip between me and a different puppet. Let's do that really quick, and I might break things. So if it happens, it happens. But hey, let's give it a try. So we go to Window. We'll go to Welcome, and they give you a whole bunch of characters that you can play with. To begin with, let's go to the screen here. A whole bunch of characters you can play with, including balloons. There's a game, a chicken blaster game. But let's do this guy. This guy, I've wanted to see this guy in action. Or is that a new character? Oh, that's a new character. I'm sorry. Okay, well let's do the ninja guy then. He's pretty cool. So what that does, that'll actually bring the second character into play. And it's preparing it right now because I'm using a lot of process to do all of this, and so now it's preparing the scene. Now, as you can see on this side right here where I'm pointing is my face, and you set up the face. You got to use a camera that attaches via USB port. I've tried my Blackmagic camera and it doesn't work. It won't let me do that. But when I took a regular camera, I got one of my other Sonys, and I got it hooked up to the AverMedia card card here, the 4K card, which connects up via USB, and now it controls my face. As you can see, there's little dots on my. You might not be able to see it too well, but there's little dots all around my face, and that's what controls it. Now, as you can see, I can take this character. Look at that! I'm moving the head completely around. So this is the ninja guy. I can take the arms and I can bring them up and I can bring them down. On this side over here, there is the ability to hotkey things, like they have a chop here. That's A. So if I go A, it's supposed to chop, but I'm probably I already have something else that's. Oh, what happened to his hands? Do that again. So with that is you saw that working because I was blinking my eyes and winking, but for some reason it's not allowing me to do the punches. Let's try it. Let's try another one. Let's go. Side chop is D. There's a side chop. F is side punch. Oh, I see. So it's just preparing the hands. So look at bringing the hands, but I got to control the hands myself. So I could get it in punch mode and go like that, and bring it back down, and then there we go. And then, of course, if you bring it into Wirecast, as you can see, it completely replaced the character by me, and now I'm a ninja, and that's pretty sweet. So, and of course, if I want to go back to me, I do that, and there I am with my arms to like that. That's the starting position. So I got to just bring the arms down, and there I am, and I'm talking again. So I could actually have a conversation and say, "Hey, ninja, how you doing?" "I'm doing very fine. How are you doing?" "I'm doing great. Thanks a lot for coming to the show." "I appreciate being here. I'm so stealth at these things." You get the idea. So, and of course, I'm using NDI to bring it in. Of course, you can bring it in via the through an HDMI port, through the Blackmagic, or through another capture card type system. But NDI was super easy to do for me, so that's what I did, and I am really impressed on how this works. As you can see, there's a slight delay on the the lips because of the NDI connection, but it does really well. Now, what they do in like The Simpsons and stuff like that is they record it straight from here. So they'll have a background and they'll have the characters here, and they'll set up the camera and the voices, and they'll talk it, and then they'll have the simple buttons here. Like for instance, if I want to change to my pointer hand and bring that up, I can do that. But they have it set up with other programs to allow it to just instantly switch, so they don't have to think about those things. But as you can see, it's pretty straightforward, and we've got some pretty good characters. You can also get some characters that look like claymation. You can have some really odd characters. You could sit here and do a question and answer thing with your Wirecast. So, and once again, you don't need to be on. So if you have a really bad pimple day or something like that and don't want to show your face like this, you can show your face like this, and people go from there. Very straightforward to put it in. Setting up the character, that was a little bit tougher, but there are animations out there. There are programs or videos out there on how to create your character. And I created, I used the default character to create this guy right here. And they show you how to do it. You can do it in Photoshop or Illustrator, which if you have the plan, the Adobe plan, you get that as well, and you can make the changes. So I just took the default character, put Geekazine onto the shirt, and gave myself a beard and, of course, the skin color change, because I think that he had a darker tone to him. And of course, you can add hair, and you can have the hair do different things. Like, for instance, I could have my beard as a separate sprite, which then can move around as I'm talking. So if I had like my long beard like I used to have, then that could be moving around. Or I could put a head of hair on me, and then if I shake my head like this, it'll basically shake my hair as well, and it'll have its own movement to it, which is really cool. And then once again, once I set up more of these triggers, I can do more better things like not only just point, but also, let's see, not only just point, but also make it so it moves up and does stuff like this and then goes back down. But I haven't gotten that far in my setup yet, and still learning on there. Plus, since it's doing hotkeys, I can also use the Stream Deck to also make help with my with using these, so I can have more movement into my hands. And I definitely want that, because right now I could flip my hand, this hand right here, but I got a problem with it and my hand disappears. So I will fix that, I promise you. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see what happens, but it's just kind of fun. I think I know exactly the problem here. But it's still kind of fun to watch that go. And I do have legs and feet in this character, but nothing's assigned to them. So as I grow this character out and build it up, I can do. If you've got characters set up in Character Animator that you want to send to me to use, I'm more than willing to use them and try them out and see how they work, and then bring them into my shows. And we can have a lot of fun with this. And maybe even make some shows or something like that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm going to work more on this. I'm going to be doing some more live stream using the Character Animator and making some videos this way. So let me know what you want to see happen here and go from there. But that's basically Character Animator. What do you think about it? Would you use it? Do you have the Adobe product suite? Would you use that in your suite? Let me know by tweeting me over at Geekazine, geekazine@gmail.com. Let's go back over here because I like that and everything like that. But that's frozen. There we go. So that pretty much does it for this episode of Wirecast Pros. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this has answered some questions. I forgot to say, hey, we do have some new members: Jason, Casey, Abdallah, Deb, Aman, Ed, Peter, Kenneth, Adam, and Martin. Thank you guys very much for being part of Wirecast Pros. Check me out at all these socials so you know how you can get a hold of me, because you definitely want to get a hold of me, right? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So, all right. Well, thanks a lot for watching. We will see you next time. Until then, you guys geek out and Wirecast on, I guess. Take care.